sweeping it across. Oh, what a wonderful goal!
Croke Park will never be the same. Already the old Cusack stand has disappeared as phase one of what's going to be a complete transformation of the headquarters of Gaelic Games gets underway. One thing that will remain is the belief by followers of hurling that theirs is the greatest field game in the entire world, and who indeed would argue with that? The 1992 All-Ireland title went to Kilkenny, and while many people fancied them for back-to-back crowns, getting out of Leinster and retaining that particular title was by no means a formality. The champions of Munster certainly could never be discounted, and there could be no denying the possible challenges from both Ulster and indeed from Connaught. So as you'll discover in the distinguished company of some of the main participants, there were one or two surprises and lots of excitement and entertainment in the 1993 All-Ireland Senior Hurling Championship.
George O'Connor inside towards Billy Byrne, the 33-year-old, trying to get the stick onto it. Saved brilliantly by Michael Welsh. Oh, he made a super Rockland. Sparrows on his way inside the 20-metre line, trying to hold his footing, looking to try and swing the stick. Cyril Lyons there as well. Another goal!
The Munster Championship title has been regarded as being almost as prestigious as the All-Ireland itself, and the 1993 draw provided a mouth-watering prospect. First, the views of our hurling panel.
We're here at the Burlington Hotel in Dublin to enjoy some of the best highlights of this season's action of 93 Hurling Championship. With me are Jim Nelson, the Antrim vociferous coach, DJ Carey, one of the top Kilkenny forwards of this year and last year, Pat Fox, previous Texaco award winner and top-class hurling forward from Tipperary, and Michael Coleman, the great-hearted, stout-hearted Galway midfielder. Let's start with the first game in the Munster Championship, Clare versus Limerick from Cusack Park.
The free is taken by David Fitzgerald, getting great length into it again. Everybody waiting inside. It's Cyril Lyons who's got it. Lyons with the shot, and Lyons getting the goal. What a start for Clare this is. Only 17 minutes gone, and Cyril Lyons with a goal and a point to his credit. Jim McInerney. A Clare side badly needing a championship win, and another goal! And it's Gerald Loughlin, Sparrow as is known, has got another one. 2 goals in the space of a minute. Heffernan from that throw by the referee. Again, Pat Markham trying to close him down. The shot by Kieran Carey has gone in! Misjudged by the goalkeeper, and Kieran Carey has put Limerick right back into the contest. Defence turned into attack, and again it's Gerald Loughlin. Sparrow's on his way. Inside the 20-metre line. Trying to hold his footing, looking to try and swing the stick. Cyril Lyons there as well. Another goal! What a first half of goals, and 2 of them for Cyril Lyons, this latest one after 24 minutes. Maroney across towards Owen Cleary. Oh, lovely hurling by Cleary, up into the corner to Jim McInerney once again. Good solo run, just listen to the Clare crowd, going for another score, and he's got a fine point. This is a great spell in the match for Clare. Brian Finn. Neat pick up here by Jamesy O'Connor on his left-hand side, and he drills it over the bar. And Clare are making it look ridiculously easy against a Limerick side that are lacking leadership and lacking commitment. This is one again by Stephen Shiddy, who had an excellent first half, one of the real stars for the Bannermen, and it's taken by Gerald Loughlin and put over the bar. Very strange type of championship match this, lacking a bit of urgency at this stage. Gary Kirby now advancing. This is Tobin going forward. Again inside towards Shane Fitzgibbon, struck at the goalkeeper, and a goal by Pat Heffernan results. Well, that strange kind of feeling may now be broken by that Limerick goal and Pat Heffernan's score, which has come 9 minutes into the second half. Free to be taken for Clare by John Chaplin. Didn't get great length into it. It's Andy Garvey instead for Limerick. Can they yet stage a grandstand finish? It's blocked out as far as Frankie Carroll. Frankie going by John Maroney, trying to link up there with Shane Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon has hit the shot. Oh, it's saved on the line. It's gone in. It's a goal. It's a goal for Limerick. Fitzgibbon's great shot was saved magnificently by David Fitzgerald, but scrambled over the line somehow. And yet, there's a bit of life left in Limerick. Well taken by John Chaplin. Down towards Cyril Lyons. Gerald Loughlin, a match winner if ever there was one, against Anthony O'Riordan. That's a great score by surely the man of the match here.
Yeah, it was a big surprise to see Limerick being defeated that day. We didn't just expect it to happen, really. Limerick came out, or Clare came out playing very well on the day, and Gerard Loughlin, as you see there, played tremendous, and he was the difference between the sides on the day.
It wasn't a major surprise how well Clare hurled on the day, because
I suppose really, DJ, it was the Clare full forward line really that did the damage. Cyril Lyons and Gerard Loughlin.
I mean, if you ever look at Cyril Lyons' score, he comes out with big scores in a lot of matches. So it was a matter of the people playing well around him. And if like Gerard Loughlin did play well and Jim McInerney did play well around him, well, they were going to be a threat to any team.
The first goal, the overhead goal, really, where when the keeper's in that position, I don't think he has much of a chance, really, Jim.
The backs really didn't do their job in that particular case to allow forwards possession of the ball on the edge of the square and get shots in. So it doesn't give them much of a chance.
Pat, Tippin, Kerry, no contest, really.
That's right. We were on top of him from the very word go, you know.
Johnny Leahy for Tip. Great cut. Towards Aidan Ryan. He's got it in the hand. He's got the goal in his sights. He's got the whistle. And they've got the penalty shot. And that, of course, will be an opportunity for that prolific scorer, Michael Cleary. He misses few. He misses seldom. There's O'Mara opening his shoulders and really showing his stuff. Comes to Declan Ryan. Aidan Ryan swings away from wing-back Seamus McIntyre. Nice work by Ryan. Oh, that's beautiful hurling. Getting it to Declan Carr. Up towards Anthony Cross. Dropping to Tommy Dunn. Good work by Dunn. Getting away from Miss Mark. Oh, it's lovely hurling. Michael Shea to Brendan O'Sullivan. Mick Ryan comes across to him. That's a good tackle. Sullivan gets another bite at it. There to DJ Leahy. Now Tony Mansell. Kerry have got a goal. And the field opens up in front of him for the run. Gets it to Michael Cleary. There's a goal chance on here. Oh yes. Michael Cleary rips the net. His second goal of the game. 2-2 he scored in this match. Nice link up there between Anthony Cross and Michael Cleary, going for another goal and showing just precisely how to do it. His third goal of the game. The man who laid it on from was the new full forward footballer Anthony Cross. Into space goes Declan Ryan. Just ahead of him, he's got a player if he needs him. It's Connaught Stapleton. It's a goal. And most certainly now, Tipperary are in the Munster Final. DJ Leahy, not too much close attention being paid to him at the moment. Goes for the goal. Ken Hogan is not willing to oblige, but it's in the net. And I do believe that the man who'll claim it is Tony Mansell, but the man who made it most assuredly was DJ Leahy. There he is. If Mansell got the final touch, it's his goal and his second of the game, made by Leahy. Good run.
They were under pressure to keep our forwards at bay, and our backs were well in control all through the game. And even our newcomers on the day played very well, and we were always on top.
Michael Cleary seemed very relaxed there now, just taking that penalty, just nonchalantly just tucked it away. I mean,
yeah, he was feeling very confident. You could see by him that he just stuck it away to the corner. Overall, the whole team was very confident against Kerry, but Kerry put up a good show on the day.
Kerry would have needed to get off to a good start, and as what Pat said earlier on, I mean, the confidence of the team wasn't high probably going out. They knew they were up against it against Tipperary. Tipperary went out early on in the game and sort of led the march, and once they got a few goals and a few points on the board, it was a matter of target practice after that.
John Chaplin.
Cork really didn't seem to have the appetite for the match, and
yeah, I think Clare had the upper hand right through the game.
John Considine to come and take it, taking it out of danger. Watching it all the way over there. Gathered nicely by Declan Tobin. Is this a better one? Yes. Declan Tobin, the midfielder, gets a second Clare point, and there are 2 between them. 15 minutes gone in the first half. John Chaplin going for a point this time, but the tall frame of Cunningham is in there, and the goal is going to count, I think. It does.
In these conditions, there's always a chance that the goalkeeper will drop the ball. And here you see Gerard has it in his hand, but just drops it, and the Clare corner forward comes in and knocks into the net.
It's a good spell now for the banner men. Cyril Lyons hoping to transfer possession into scoring opportunities. PG O'Connell, their second half substitute, is partially blocked there by Brian Corcoran, who's out around the half back line once again. Sean Considine lets it there, and it's Gerald Loughlin who has the scoring chance, and Gerald Loughlin has put the ball over the bar, and the banner are back in front once more. Stopped all the way by a very committed Pat Markin. Ball comes out towards John Chaplin. 2 great wing backs, but under pressure right now, and that's Egan who knocks it over the bar. And 9 points apiece once again, and it's PJ O'Connell. Knocked forward, Jim McInerney coming in. Good chance this, and it's stopped by Jay Cunningham, and it's still stopped, gone in. The ball has gone in the back of the net, and it's Fergus Toohey, the substitute, who scored it after a great save by Joe Cunningham. 24 minutes into the second half, and Fergus Toohey has scored it. Cunningham made a marvellous save from Jim McInerney, but Toohey was on hand to apply the finish.
Cork, unfortunately, there's in a couple of goals there. Cunningham, some good saves, but Clare were there, the numbers, got the ball in. But I think looking back over the year, Cork had a long run there in the league final, and I think they may have come a little bit complacent there with Clare. And on the other side with Clare, after beating Limerick, they knew they were in for a good chance, and they proved on the day. They were hunting in packs, and some excellent scores from Clare, and I think credit has to be given to them for that performance.
DJ, how did you see that Munster Final developing then from there?
It was always probably going to be one way.
Time was when a Munster hurling final at Limerick's Port na Gael attracted crowds in excess of 60,000, but with the building of the Mackey stand and general safety provisions, the ceiling has now been reduced to 35,000. Making his pass across, Maroney covering it down to Michael Cleary, who rarely plays a bad game for Tipperary in the championship. Pat Fox likewise getting there ahead of Lohan, scoring chance, and veiled off. Lovely play. Now Fox against Brian Lohan. Lohan getting in the challenge, but it's Fox who still has possession. Such a clever player. Ryan carrying it on. Declan Ryan going for his score. And already 5 of the 6 forwards playing for Tipperary have scored. It's going to be Declan Carr who'll take this sideline cut. Tipperary playing it at their own pace right now. Very much in command. Illustrated by that goal from John Lahey. John Lahey goes to midfield, where already they were winning handsomely, and it's Aidan Ryan tearing through again. The charge of the Light Brigade, it seems. Well, the Saffron Brigade, and Aidan Ryan with a second point. Declan Ryan beaten for it, and it's John Russell. That's snapped away from him by Aidan Ryan. It reaches Pat Fox, the danger man. Into Cleary, yet another one. They've so many danger men, and this is another goal chance. Michael Cleary gets his name on the score sheet at last. The tip side in charge, just about every department. John Chaplin winning this one, firing it in. Clare needing a goal badly just to stay in this contest, and they get it! That's a bit better. Jim McInerney, and I think it's Jim who's got it.
Good play here by the Clare defence, and high dropping ball into Tipperary full back line, and the ball breaks. Jim McInerney stands back, does the right thing, whips in the first time, takes a good goal.
It's Stephen Sheedy dropping it back in towards Gerald Loughlin, winning this ball against Paul Delaney. The first is won. The shot from O'Loughlin, and it's over the bar. It's so important that he should really get a good supply and get away from his man and notch some scores. Len Gaynor, who's worked so hard with his Clare team, watching what he hopes will be a renaissance, and there's another goal! A Clare goal, and it's Cyril Lyons who scored it. 6 minutes into the second half. Len's team are coming back. Declan Carr struggling to take it down. Instead, It's Fergus Toohey going the Mo Dirac towards the Tipperary goal. Still bearing in a point. Fergus Toohey, the point scorer from Clare Castle. Cleary. Just an overhit hand pass. Been a lot of hand passing this afternoon in this contest. Cross leaves it to Fox. Setting up Michael Cleary, taking the return, and it's Cross. Oh, that's a great goal. That's a marvellous goal by Anthony Cross. A lot of hand passing. 3:19 to 2:8. What a delightful score, underlining the superiority of Tipperary in this 104th Munster Final. And indeed, of course, they're going for the double. They've got the hurling, beating Clare very, very convincingly indeed. And the final score reading Tipperary 3 goals and 27 points, Clare 2 goals and 12.
We were gunning for Cork, and we had prepared so well for them. We didn't expect to meet Clare. So then we were ready for that match, very well ready for that match. So we just came out with our guns blazing, and we never gave Clare a chance to settle on the day. And when Johnny Leahy got the goal, the contest was really over. Yeah, just at that point there, Michael Cleary passed the ball into me, but it wasn't a great pass. But Anthony Cross hooked your man, and I followed up to pick up the ball, and I passed it over to Michael Cleary. And Anthony had ran back into his position again for an easy tap into the net. You know, it was good follow-up play, really.
It was a very good example of running off the ball by Anthony Cross, because he was actually behind you when you got the ball, and he kept going to the edge of the square.
Look at the ground that Michael Cleary made before he received the pass. He must have made 20, 30 yards to catch up on Pat. And then Pat had another option. He had an option left and he had an option right.
There was actually 3 in the final frame, if you watch it there. 3 on the left and there's 3 queuing up.
Yeah, Pat Fox made the right option. And it's important that forwards, when they get into positions like that they take the right option. Where we had a backup, where they had 3 players on 2, and they threw the ball to one side, and the other forwards kept running. The support play was tremendous. And once you let Tipperary teams run at you like that there, you have absolutely no chance, or no team is going to stop them.
The 1993 Ulster Final was a repeat of the 1992 contest. Down, traditionally the weaker of the 2 counties in hurling terms, had surprised Antrim to take the title. But could they do it again?
Sunshine at Casement Park this afternoon, and the large attendance expecting a very sporting Ulster Senior Hurling Championship final. The 1993 Ulster Hurling Final is on, and straight away a switch turns. McNaughton has moved out to the half-forward line, and John Paul McKillop has gone full forward. John Paul McKillop has rounded his marker. Remember, he's playing at full forward, gives it back to Alistair Elliott. Alistair Elliott gets the point. Jerome McCrickard. Cross. Close to the end line, but it is kept in play. Back as far as Danny Hughes, and Danny Hughes gets a point. Pat Gallagher making his championship debut. Plenty of length. Turns McNaughton, or Rambo as he's better known. Straight over the bar. Gerard Coulter clearing, but only as far as Alistair Elliott. Giving it back, a chance of another score. Antrim have got the other score. Gregory O'Kane gets a 2nd point. Again a fine strike. Danger in front of goal momentarily. Michael Blaney delivering back to McGrattan. McGrattan gets his puck. McGrattan gets his point. Again a good strike. Chance for Jim Close. Jim Close gets the point. Good puck from O'Kane. Paul McKillen. And a great point by Paul McKillen. The cover from Paddy Braniff. A poor clearance. Only as far as McNaughton. McNaughton looks for the point. McNaughton gets the point. Gallagher again. Dropping the ball well down on the far side. O'Prey misses out. Paul McKillen does it all over again. A comprehensive victory for the hurlers of Antrim They win on a scoreline of Antrim 24 points, down 11 points.
Everybody in Antrim at some stage always thought that Down were always capable of doing the business on us at some stage. Probably the manner in which they inflicted it on us the year before probably cut fairly deep, and I think we had something to prove. The players for this particular game, I think, were in the right frame of mind. We had trained hard, and it was going to take a tremendous effort from Down to keep us out. We had decided that we weren't going to run the ball that day at all, and we were going to be completely direct, and we were going to try and score from, once we got possession from the middle of the field, we were going to try and take our points right from then. It worked fairly well. Also, Paul McKillen, I think, had something to prove to himself and to other people, and he made the decision on the week before that we were going to let him stay on Hughes, even though Hughes psychologically had been better than him, but it worked for us on the day.
Leinster hurling was in the ascendancy. Kilkenny were the defending All-Ireland champions, but the draw suggested that the retention of their Leinster title would be anything but a formality, and so it proved.
Ball dropping down towards Johnny Pilkington. Johnny, when he's on form, awfully seemed to play that a little bit better, and that's his second point by the UCD student. St. Rhinus comes down towards Gary Cahill. Oh, brilliant save by Michael Walsh. Excellent. Michael Keneally's free. Well done by Liam Keown. This is, guess who? Johnny Pilkington. Liam McCarthy putting pressure on Offaly as DJ Carey. His first real opportunity. Bursting his way forward. Oh, yes! Excellent play by DJ. It might have been quiet for 33 minutes, but just one little flash of inspiration and you can take it out.
Well, he's been kept quiet for so long. He's, you know, it just shows the class that this player has. He just strikes just before half-time on a vital stage. He's under pressure here, moving into a bad angle as well. But a brilliant shot across from try, giving him no chance. Fantastic goal by DJ Carey.
Back to Prendergast. It's a good testing ball, Adrian Ronan, and Jim Troy is there. Oh! It almost went in. It was so close, but the umpires were right there. The reaction from the crowd up behind the goalman was that they all raised their umbrellas, thinking that this was in. But this time, Anthony Prendergast puts it over the bar, in towards Eamon Morrissey. Brian Hennessy staying with him. And still Eamon Morrissey comes back outside to DJ Carey. And really, this guy is a classy bit of stuff. Half chance, and you can register a white flag, green flag. Good point for Kilkenny. Liam McCarthy switching it in towards the middle. PJ Delaney snapping up the half chance. Good defending, but not good enough as that goes over the bar. PJ Delaney reduces Offaly's lead to 2 points. As time ticks away, Eddie drops it in. DJ Carey underneath it, so too is John Power. Liam McCarthy, and it's Carey that has it. Hand passing it inside, John Power putting his way forward, bursting his way forward. Is that a penalty? The referee has his hand up in the air, indicating that it is a penalty. Drama in Croke Park. Kilkenny have the penalty. Carey usually hits these at a ferocious pace. And it's gone in. Kilkenny, the All-Ireland champions, are back in business.
You know, they're no easy team, particularly for Kilkenny. And it was only for a good save early on by Mickey Welch that really kept us in the game. If that save wasn't made, I think Offaly could have beaten us. But
you had a particularly good contribution that day, I think, with 2 goals.
Yeah, I suppose it was the only 2 balls I nearly touched in the game, but I was lucky enough. I think the first ball Liam McCarthy laid on a good pass. I was running through and I met it on the run, and it's a great advantage when you're running forward to be able to pick up a ball. So it was an ideal ball for me, and I was lucky enough to finish it in the end.
I think what you have to note about Kilkenny, they didn't give in. Right through the game, they knew they were going to be there at the very end, and that's one of the major characteristics of this Kilkenny team, that they'll keep fighting to the end. And I think that was the toughest game they had all year.
A lot of people were viewing this as this was going to be Wexford's tough match.
Dublin. Bill slowly, and that's a good ball from Brian McMahon to his centre half forward, Angus O'Grady, in front of the post, and the sides are level once more. What Wexford can do at one end, Angus O'Grady can do it for Dublin at the other. Jerkush to Tomas Dunn. The game at last beginning to liven up a little bit. Well gathered by Eamon Scallon, cutting through. Eamon Cleary to his right, Scallon going it alone, and he puts it over. 1 point between the sides once more. Murphy giving it back to George O'Connor. Tim Bolger, I think it was, giving it to George. Sending it dangerously in towards Billy Byrne, and well gathered by Byrne, cutting inside. And the referee is going to award a penalty.
Well, I don't remember Wexford getting a penalty for quite a long time, but here is a great catch by Billy Byrne, and Brian Keller has been in charge of that square for most of the day. But Billy Byrne has gone in full forward now. I think he's sandwiched by the two Dublin players there, and the referee quite rightly awards a penalty.
So Wexford, interestingly, bring up their left corner back, John O'Connor. And he'll be hoping for a better result than what he had in Thurles. And it goes all the way.
Wexford, I think the main problem they've had in this match, as in others, was their wides.
We say this is the one where they could go out because, again, they were going in hot favourites, and Dublin, there weren't too many people talking about Dublin. So they were in a no-win situation, really, and it could have been very tight in the end.
Dublin were looking for a lot of inspiration from Kieran Barr in this particular game where they played him at full forward. The problem also with Kieran coming into there is that I think Dublin sometimes are going to have to change their patterns of play now that they have a different permutation of players. So it probably may take them a bit longer than what people expected in the championship. It was probably expecting too much of them to get a result against Wexford here.
The weaker counties are coming up and they're getting the opportunities.
The Carlow defence in a dither here. Eamon Morrissey with a pass to Adrian Ronan. When Ronan's shot is stopped, Morrissey's the first to react. A Kilkenny goal. One of two that Morrissey was to get in the game. And then watch this for clinical finishing. Adrian Ronan supplies the pass, and DJ Carey the finish. His only score of the game, but then he only played the first half. Perhaps the best striker Carlow had on the day was this man, John MacDonald, number 10. Sweet on the ball, good eye for an opening, good eye for the support pass, and giving this particular one in here to his centre half forward, John Byrne, and Byrne taking a nice point for Carlow. Lee McCarthy at the start of the second half to full forward. Joe Hayden had subbed for Carlow in the first half, and he made a great contribution, scoring in all 5 points. This one of them. Well, that move of Liam McCarthy's to full forward was immediately to pay dividends. Flushing goal from him, the number 10 showing that he's happy there as he is in the half-forward line. Kilkenny with the better striking ability, coming to take their chances. Here's Morrissey again, and watch this for pace. He was taken off in the last game against Offaly, but today he made his point emphatically, scored 2 goals and 3 points. Carlow coming looking for a late score, and Michael Walsh proving himself in the goal. The margin may have been great, but the winning goalkeeper is still entitled to showcase his talents, and how well Michael Walsh did in the Kilkenny goal. Coming up, another super save on a day when he wasn't too busy, but his concentration was always good.
How did you see that, DJ, that foregone conclusion maybe?
Well, not really, because I suppose everyone in Kilkenny would be saying it, but you can't take anything for granted. I mean, people in Waterford would have said the same about Kerry.
He scored 6 points against Dublin last time out, Tom Dempsey. Wexford at the start switched Martin Story to left half forward. Did it pay? You bet it did. One of his fine points in the early stages of the game. The best of his points early on was this one. The puck out from Damien Fitzhenry. How about that for a fetch and a finish? Martin Story. Laois, as they say, giving as good as they got. Battling in to come in on top of that goal again. Fitzhenry, eagle eye. That's a brilliant save by Fitzhenry, turning it behind for the 65. But not even all the agility of the young teenage Wexford goalkeeper could prevent a goal for Laois. Persistence paid off. PJ Cuddy coming in on the ball. Out comes Fitzhenry. Tries to smother it. Cuddy shows all his experience. Flicks it into the net. 2 more points were to follow. Laois 4 ahead at half-time. Wexford had to do something, and they did. They scored the first 4 points of the second half. 3 of them to this man, Tom Dempsey. He was deadly accurate from play, and particularly from free. Then Noel Delaney gave Laois the lead. Dempsey equalised again for Wexford from 63 metres, and then he scored a fine point. Watch it. Tom Dempsey all the way from midfield. A competitive match all the way, but then Laois were suddenly down to 14 men, and off the camera, off the ball incident, Tomas Dunn on the ground, and Mick O'Hara in trouble with the referee. Laois down to 14 players, down but not out. Their leading scorer, Tony Dunn, has still one more trick to play. A good run, penetrating the defence, but Damien Fitzhenry equal to it. That was Laois's last throw. Wexford would win in the end with a 3 points to spare. One more time.
Unlike Kilkenny, who have an excellent free taker, Wexford chopped and changed their free taking both in the league and in the championship this year. And I think it militates against a successful team unless they have a sharpshooter that can put down the ball and 90% of the time anyway stick it over the bar. And I think they struggled again in Leinster this year, right? Because of that. They had an enormous amount of wides in all through the campaign. Great save there from Fitzhenry again. He has been a major plus for Wexford this year, really, because down through the years, I think their keepers have been a little bit dodgy. You know, this has to be seen really as the game of the year. I think for most people, the Leinster Championship Final, the first match.
Well, so far in these clashes in Leinster, Kilkenny, the Masters, 15 games against 9 victories for Wexford. Tomas Dunn breaking it down. Larry O'Gorman in there first time. The incentive tremendous for both teams. Scallon leaving it behind. George O'Connor inside towards Billy Byrne, the 33-year-old, trying to get the stick onto it. Saved brilliantly by Michael Welsh. Oh, he made a superb save. Billy Byrne will be the first to congratulate him. Disappointed that he hasn't scored for the Slinny-siders, but that's another tremendous piece of goalkeeping.
Well, this is absolutely tremendous play here by Wexford again. They started with a great ferocity and great fire, and they're playing. Billy Byrne gets around his man here, does everything right. Tremendous shot, but absolutely fantastic save by Michael Walsh.
John O'Connor firing it in there. Brother George rising up from the clouds, and he's got a lovely point. Great point by the man who started on the 40, but where's the number 8? 3 points to 1. Young Damien Fitzhenry, 19-year-old. Martin Story dancing away from Liam Cohen. Everything's going right. It's a dream start. Well, we saw something like this last week in Limerick. Then it was Tip against Clare. Now the All-Ireland champions in early trouble. Kicked away to the left-hand side towards DJ Carey, shepherding it there, winning it back from Ronan. Player inside him is John Parr. This is a good attack. Won an advantage there, or has he? The referee now calling it back. Challenge by Larry O'Gorman, resulting in the first booking of the match. DJ to take the free, won the... And that's 1 from 3 eventually for DJ Carey. Kilkenny's second point. Significantly, a 5-point difference is hardly a fair reflection of the supremacy of Wexford. Cleary's come out for it and he's struggling. Just about gets it inside to Larry Murphy. Can he make it third time lucky? He can. At last one goes over the bar for him to extend the lead once again. Loose ball picked up by Liam Dunn inevitably. And I think he was in two minds about giving the pass. Instead, he's given it to DJ. And a great save, and it's missed by Morrissey. A great save by Damien Fitzhenry. Tomas Dunn back there, lending assistance. Adrian Ronan. Good looking ball inside. Morrissey has scored! Eamon Morrissey has scored. Wexford may feel he was in the square, but I think he was running in. Well, that's the goal which changes the complexion of this game. 15 seconds to go to half-time, and this happens.
Well, good play by Adrian Ronan here, knocks the ball and makes sure he keeps it in play. And Eamon Morrissey, not having the best of days so far, but keeps flying the ball and does the right thing, hand passes it past the goalkeeper.
John Parr, hooked away there by Adrian Fenlon, picked up again here by Bill Hennessy. Now Kilkenny's first attack of the second half. It's gone over the bar. Bill Hennessy's first point. Well, the words of criticism perhaps have been ringing in the ears of the Kilkenny players at half-time. I'm sure they've been admonished in any case, and they really are responding. Playing now a bit more like the All-Ireland champions. Inside towards Eamon Morrissey. Morrissey skipping by Jerkosh. Sense of anticipation. It's a goal! A second goal for Eamon Morrissey. The first with the hand, the second with the boot. And only 3.5 minutes gone in the second half. Kilkenny are in front, and they're in jubilant form. Despite all the injuries, can Kilkenny hold on to their title? DJ Carey has put it over. A point between the teams. Bill Hennessy under the dropping ball, breaks down to George O'Connor once again on his left-hand side, cross towards Larry Murphy. Just getting the chance to make the score, and that's enough. Once Eddie O'Connor had slipped, it gave Larry Murphy, who fumbled with his first contact, sufficient time to drill it over the bar. Sides level for the fourth time in the match. Great catch by Adrian Fenlon, the youngster who's come off the under-21 side in his second championship game. Down towards Billy Byrne's corner, there with Pat Dwyer. Very fine looking fullback, not such a great clearance however, it was Martin Storey who nipped in. That's just enough. Here they come again. And a goal! A goal for Wexford, and it's Eamon Scollin who scores it. 19 minutes gone in the second half. That clearance by Pat Dwyer wasn't as conclusive as it might have been. Scollin was in.
Well, poor clearance by Pat Dwyer, and ball breaks back inside, right into the path of Eamon Scollin. Gathers it beautifully one-handed and does the right thing, takes on the Kilkenny defence here. He's afraid to shoot because he'll be hooked, so he kicks it first time into the roof, and net giving Michael Walsh no chance.
Shades of some of the great matches in the past between these great hurling counties, and James E. Brennan pegs it back to a 2-point difference again. His second point since being introduced 20 minutes ago. Pat O'Neill, Eamon Cleary the one who's gone off the Wexford team. David Fitzhenry, great catch under pressure, having to lean back to make it his. Shades of the great Leinster finals back in the 70s. Scollin. Nice ball across. It reaches Tom Dempsey. Economic style. Deadly finish. 4 points the margin, and 9 of those points coming off the stick of Tom Dempsey. John Parr with 5 minutes to go now. Larry O'Gorman misses it. Remember, only 3 points between the teams. Kilkenny needing a goal or a point here. On towards Morrissey, fumbling the first time. Settling himself for the shot, and 2 points the margin. What odds now? A replay, I wonder. Rolling against Sean Flood. This is tremendous. Up to Eamon Morrissey. It's gone over the bar. They're level. Morrissey's put it over the bar. He scored 2 goals and 3 points.
That's one of the best scores you'll ever see, Ger, with the pressure on. What teamwork by Kilkenny, and every player did the right thing there, kept the ball in play and gave their teammate a chance of getting on the ball, and a brilliant finish by Morrissey.
They'll be level 5 times and it's all over, and it goes to a replay.
Tremendous game. I think it had everything.
We didn't get a smell of the ball. Kilkenny didn't get a smell of the ball in the first half with the way Wexford were hurling. Everything. They were cleaning.
Although in fairness, the move that brought Morrissey into full forward position proved where he wasn't doing anything on the wing, and the timing of the goal just a couple of seconds or a minute before half time proved a great lift for the Wexford people.
Yeah, that
or
was
for Kilkenny rather.
Kilkenny, yeah.
Yeah.
That was Kilkenny's saviour, really.
Yeah, it was really.
Yeah.
And it must have been a fierce downer for Wexford, having dominated the first half, leading by 7 points, and suddenly you're only 4 points in front, having put so much energy into it.
There's no doubt it gave them hope. I see the difference now. Kilkenny are running the ball, you know, and most centre forwards would have probably give a high ball in there, but once Power seen that Morrissey was in front, he gave him the perfect ball. You know, it was a great piece of thinking on Power's part there, I thought.
In the replay, Kilkenny, I think, were in control from the word go. They were never under the same amount of pressure, I think, apart from very early on in the match where Wexford missed a few glorious chances, really.
Still no score. Tom Dempsey played well at midfield last Sunday. Dropped in towards Scallon. Story. Here's Scallon. Stopped brilliantly. And Michael Walsh has made a great save. It's gone for a 65. But just as in the drawn match, Michael Welsh comes to Kilkenny's rescue, but a tremendous early save. Drops short and into the arms of Damien Fitzhenry. Fine young netminder in the driving rain. Touched on superbly there by Sean Whelan. Towards Martin Story. Started well. This is a chance now for Wexford. He's got the point. Martin Story's first point. 2 points between the teams. Larry O'Gorman away towards the right corner forward again, and Martin Story over there crowding down the space a little bit. Scallon getting it back to Rod Guiney. Guiney's shot needs to be precise, it is. Tom Dempsey trying to limit the progress of Liam Keoghan. It's won by John Power again. Up towards Eamon Morrissey, hasn't made the switch yet into full forward. Doesn't need to. He's lost his boot. Dropping it across. It's in! DJ Carey. 22 minutes gone. And that's a second goal for Kilkenny. Liam Dunn watching it all the way. In some trouble. Jerkosh, nice pick up this time. Hand pass to the free man who was Sean Whelan. Avoided the hook. On to Tom Dempsey. Looking for the score. Making it. That's a lot better from the Yellow Bellies. Liam Dunn struggling to get it up onto his stick, and John Power deserves a lot of credit for the way he's pressurised Liam Dunn the whole time, hasn't allowed him to exert a big influence. This is a man who hopes to exert an influence. Martin Story from way out the field, he sends it over the bar, and that's a bit more like it. A 7th point in this first half for Wexford. What a great run forward by Power, like a greyhound going forward, turning, shoulder by John O'Connor, unleashing the shot, stopped on the line, brilliantly saved there by Damien Fitzhenry. Well, that great run deserved a score. Michael Phelan will hope to add to it. That's a great point. Michael Phelan with no-nonsense play. Down towards PJ Delaney, challenged by Liam Dunn. Dunn tried to emerge with possession. The slipper is dropped back down to PJ Delaney. Pressurised by John O'Connor, still getting in his shot, making the score. A nice score by PJ Delaney. Billy Byrne won there, however, by Eddie O'Connor. O'Connor hand passed outside to Michael Phelan. Great craft and stylish play illustrated by Kilkenny this afternoon, and DJ Carey trying to finish off the opposition now. A piercing run through the centre to Morrissey. This is a goal chance. He's content with a point. A second point for Eamon Morrissey. And just when Wexford go up the field to try and get a score of any variety, Kilkenny so easily, so nonchalantly come down and score at the opposite end.
They won everything. Balls coming out of the sky. They won it the first day. So our game plan was changed in such a way that once we got the ball, it was going fast to the inside man, and the rest of the players were running. So we didn't stay in our positions either. I suppose that was worked on as well, to move around the place. So it was a complete change of tactics, really.
When they came out the second day, Kilkenny had the same team in the same positions, and Wexford changed their team right around.
Antrim were firm favourites for this match against All-Ireland B winners Meath.
Meath proved a resilient lot, and I mean, they're a tough old campaigners, and they put it up to us.
A 2-on-1 situation. Alistair Elliott passing to Gregory O'Kane. O'Kane the goal scorer. And from this long free by Pat Potterton, two Meath forwards connected like this. And excellent combination play on the right wing of the attack involving three players. Culminated in a goalmouth melee. And it was ace poacher McFetridge who came through to finish the sliotar to the net. Alcon McFetridge, hard to handle, kicked in a goal to help him to a personal tally of 2-7. But Meath didn't die without a fight, and they had two consolation goals. That one by Mick Cole, and the second by Martin Massey, one of the outstanding forwards on view this afternoon.
But in the second half, now I'd have to say, right from the very beginning of the second half, we were completely dominant and sort of chalked up with a big score.
Alcon McFetridge, goal there with the boot. John Lahey, goal with the boot in the Munster Final. Should they be allowed?
It's very hard to know. I think that, personally I think myself they shouldn't be allowed. But I'm not to judge what way they pick the rules for scoring goals.
Handpass only went out a few years ago, but there's a few goals now being scored with the boot. And you have to give credit to the forward. If he gets the ball in the small square, I think he deserves it if he can kick it in the back of the net, because you cannot swing the hurley in there.
As ever, both semi-finals were played on the same day at Croke Park. It was Galway who'd gone straight through from Connaught against Tipperary, and first Antrim against the defending champions Kilkenny.
The Antrim supporters standing on their feet, applauding their team. The Ulster champions, they felt highly insulted that they lost the title last year. But this time, they're trying to make amends to get to the All-Ireland final for the first time since 1989. But Kilkenny say, no way, you're not going to do what you did in 1943. Terence Murray telling players just to hold back. Match starts just 2 minutes earlier, in fact, than the appointed time, but away we go. 70 minutes to decide who goes to the All-Ireland final. And already, interestingly, very interestingly, DJ Carey has moved into full forward. Getting it down towards Gary O'Kane. Pulled up by Ronan Donnelly. Comes down towards Alistair Elliott from Dunloy. Jim Clough just taking his eye off it for a moment. Back to Alistair Elliott. Giving it to Paul Jennings. And the first shot sails straight over the bar. That's Paul McKillen scoring a wonderful point. It's James McNaughton that comes away with it. Giving it quick, effective pass to Paul McKillen. Underneath it is Willie O'Connor. Calling for it, his colleague in the half back line, Liam Keown. Sending it back up. Antrim backs just a little bit out of position. Comes down towards DJ, and DJ Carey puts it over the bar. This is Liam McCarthy. Bursting his way past Owen McCluskey. Sending it across to DJ Carey. An opportunity, half blocked down, and Pat Gallagher not quite controlling it. Back out to DJ Carey. This is an anxious moment for Kilkenny. Oh, swept away brilliantly by Dominic McKinley.
Great defence by Antrim there.
Adrian Ronan losing out in the hurley, but gives it inside to PJ Delaney. Antrim has to survive this onslaught. Delaney whips it across and puts it over the bar. Ollie Walsh just looking on as Paul Jennings puts this over towards Jim Close. Jim trying to get it back to Paul, which he succeeds in doing so. And the crowd respond at the far side. That's a lovely point. Plenty of Antrim hurlers there. One of them Ronan Donnelly, but he turned into it. Sweeps towards PJ Delaney, dropping it in low. James McNaughton, Eamon Morrissey. On to DJ Carey. Goal on here. There it is. Once again, the Antrim defence are suspect. They were doing so well, but they have this tendency of giving away soft scores, and you don't give chances like that to a man like DJ Carey.
I'd agree with you, Marty. That ball should have been won by James McNaughton in the first place. The second attempt, Dominic McMullen should have cleared that ball, but Carey gets in, is what he's so good at, and he's not going to miss from that angle, that distance. The keeper had no chance at all.
Paul McKillen stepping aside Michael Phelan as if he wasn't there. Giving it to Paul Jennings, front of the post, and that's a very good point. There's 2 points between the sides, and here comes Sambo. bursting his way through, hooked by Willie O'Connor. Comes down towards Ulcan McFetridge. The Clute has it, giving it back to Semple. Driving in a shot. Oh, what a goal! I love it, Semple, you're back in business. Antrim won 5, Kilkenny won 4, and Michael Walsh, the Kilkenny custodian, hardly saw it. Watch this, Kieran Barr.
I think Marty, Terence McNaughton hasn't really been doing a whole lot for Antrim, but he gets through here and I think he gets hooked. He has goal on his mind the whole time. He gets hooked once, he gets hooked twice. Wee Clute picks up the ball, the broken ball. Can't really do a whole lot with it. Looks around, gives it to Sambo, and watch this for a shot. Turns around and bang. Back in the net, keeper never saw it.
Joe Welch, very alert, staying with him. Plenty of Kilkenny backs there now, but a poor clearance comes straight to Gregory O'Kane. Back to Clute. Trying to get a shot. Oh, wonderful score by Ulcan McFetridge. 2 points between the sides. Liam Keown, John Power. And this is where he's most dangerous. John Power cutting through, bearing down on goal and sending it straight over the bar. And in the twinkling of an eye, Kilkenny have reduced Antrim's lead to just 1 point. Oh, well gathered by Ronan Donnelly. They told me in Antrim about this young hurler, and he's doing quite well, even against a man of the calibre of DJ Carey. Loses out this time to Adrian Ronan, and Ronan, Pat Gallagher left it. Oh, goal for Kilkenny! PJ Delaney, the simple mistake. Pat Gallagher batted it down for him, and PJ Delaney, like any good opportunist, came in like a hurricane, and well, Kilkenny rejoice.
I think that's a bad mistake and has to be put down to an error on the goalkeeper's part, but a very difficult ball to deal with. It looked as if it was going to hit the crossbar. He has to make his mind up to go for it or not. Goes for it and bats it down, and as soon as he bats it down, he knows he's made a mistake. It's in the back of the net.
Eamon Morrissey with Dominic McMullen. Morrissey getting inside the cover. Still Eamon Morrissey, and there it is. DJ Carey showing a clean pair of heels to Paul McKillen. PJ Delaney. We're gathering in around the house, sweeping it across. Oh, what a wonderful goal. DJ, he gave it to PJ Delaney. Delaney gave it back to Carey, and Pat Gallagher hardly saw it. In fact, he didn't see it. So the agony is over for Antrim after a brave first half performance. Really fizzled out in the second half. Kilkenny, 4 goals, 18 points. Antrim, 1 goal and 9.
We were getting quite a lot of possession, but unfortunately we didn't make good use of that possession. And if you're getting the half chances and you're putting them away, then you're giving yourself that sort of breathing space against teams like Kilkenny and Tip and the big guns. So I think it was important for Antrim to get a good start. It was important for them to get a good start in the second half, and that's, I think, where we failed. But I must say now, the expectancy in Antrim was very high, and I think it got to the players as well too.
Well, this is a fine goal coming up here now from Terence McNaughton. I think he gets it from Malcolm McFetridge and really rattles the net. And you'd be expecting Antrim to up their game from there, but it didn't really happen.
That's right. And I mean, we went into the break 3 points in front, whereas probably realistically we should have been 6 or 7 points in front.
People would criticise us for our first half play, but there was nothing we could do about it. There was nothing anyone could do about it, the way Antrim hurled in the first half.
Pat, you were quoted after this match as saying that you were afraid something like this might happen.
Going playing Galway, as you know, is always going to be a tough task, and on the day they hit us with everything.
Expectations of crowd figures round about 50,000 this afternoon. It won't be too far short of that, I think, building up the whole time. So the band moves off and the match gets underway. And after so many games in football where players have changed positions straight away at the start of games, happy to report that they're all in the selected spots. Paul Delaney nipping that one out. Declan Ryan, strong, forceful player. Here's Nicky English losing the stick, held up unfairly. Declan Ryan limping away out of that one, feeling the full effects of the challenge. Ryan still in trouble as Cleary avails of the opening to slot over the opening point from a free by Michael Cleary. Tom Helibert whipping it in nicely, batted down well by Bobby Ryan there, beating Joe McGrath. Colin Bonner with that lengthy clearance, not linking up with a colleague. Paulie Kelly then to take this sideline cut. Galway still looking for their first score. It'll be important that they get a score pretty quickly here. Liam Burke knocking it forward too far, out by Bobby Ryan, back in again by Hopper McGrath. Oh, it's a goal! A mistake by Ken Hogan, a misjudgment, and Michael Hopper McGrath has scored a goal after 6 minutes.
Galway have been struggling very badly to get into the game, but this is a great break for them. Michael McGrath, just a speculative shot in front of Ken Hogan, and lets it bounce in front of him and never gets his body properly behind it. Very soft goal.
Towards Aidan Ryan, prodded forward. On to Anthony Cross. First touch just letting him down, but he has the pace to carry it forward to Declan Ryan. Declan Ryan getting his first point since moving across to top of the left. And Paulie Kelly once again, settling down very nicely indeed. Michael McGrath leaving it there for Liam Burke, scorer of that last point. Here's a chance, that's a fine save by Ken Hogan. So Brendan Keogh now in a listless game so far. From the 65, high, stopped again by Ken Hogan. Well, a possible goal and a possible point saved in the last two attacks by Ken Hogan. Rémi Ryan has let it behind to Michael McGrath. Hopper trying to link up there with Brendan Keogh, pressurised, supported now here by Joe McGrath. Making a bit of space for himself, he's a very strong player, and accurate as well. Rémi Ryan nursing that one away there, but now taken back well by Brendan Keogh. Delaney once again. Tip side right now looking a bit less than composed, and Brendan Keogh emphasises that point with his first point of the match, and every one of the Galway forwards has now scored. It's won by the midfielders, but it's the Galway midfielder Pat Malone soloing forward. Not the best of balls, however. It's Connaught Bonner who takes it with style towards Aidan Ryan against two Galway men. One of them is Murty Killalay. He's been impressive. To Paulie Kelly, withstood the challenge and made a great score. No wonder he was man of the match in the club final. 11 points to 4, and Paulie Kelly with an amazing point from way out the field. Bobby Ryan trying to break that one down, exactly getting the stick to it. Brendan Keogh sees that one come back to Joe McGrath. McGrath going by. He's a strong performer and he's got a third point. We're well into injury time in this first half. Galway lording it against a Tip side that hasn't played well at all. Galway showing what they're made of. Rémi Ryan as the referee whistles for half-time. Tip will be mindful of the fact that Antrim went in at half-time leading by 3 points and succumbed in the second half to the might of Kilkenny. Half-time score, it's Galway 1-9, Tipperary 5 points, Galway leading by 7. So the second half gets underway. Can Tip come back? What will be the effects of the words at half-time from Babs Keating? Nicky English here, beaten straight away by Paul Cooney, supported here by Jerry McInerney. Michael Coleman trying to make headway, beaten for it by Aidan Ryan. Whipping on it out here. Brendan Keogh. Picked up here again by Joe McGrath. Good solo run through the centre. Can this produce the first score of the second half? It can. Goes to Galway's Joe McGrath. He's got 4 points. Declan Carr beaten for it by Michael Coleman. Now Michael O'Mara, captained the side in the Munster Final. On nicely towards Declan Carr and he's put it over the bar. A bad clearance. Somehow it reaches Conor Stakelum. There were 2 Galway players there and Stakelum made it his. Aidan Ryan, shoulder, jersey rather pulled by Pat Malone. About 11 minutes of normal time to go, plus of course the injury time. Michael Cleary tapping it over the bar. If this gets very tight, can you just imagine how tense it's going to get if it goes to injury time? That's gone over the bar. Only 5 between them. Batted down there by Pádraig Kelly. Tip now trying to raise the tempo. There's a wild pull by Tom Hellebert, who has to be careful. He's already booked in this match. He's on the ground right now. He's put over 5 of 6 frees so far. And he's now put over 6 out of 7. That's Michael O'Mara. Fired up, no doubt, to show the selectors that he should have been part of the action from the outset. Nicky English now rounding Paul Cooney, but the referee spotted the foul by the Galway number 2. The free takers have a very important role to play in this match. The gap is closed to just a goal. Just over 5.5 minutes, plus perhaps another 5 minutes of injury time to go. Pat Malone swinging defence into attack to Joe Cooney. Broken down off the fingers of Joe towards the other Joe Rabbit. Rabbit going forward, here's a hand pass. Liam Fahey scoring chance, stopped by Ken Hogan. Well, he may have been culpable of the goal that beat him in the first half, but this time he comes to his side's rescue. Hit straight at him, it has to be said, but he was there, accurately placed. But now it's Hopper in the follow-up who drills over the point. Michael McGrath has got a goal and a point. John Lahey fumbling. Overall, it's been a poor performance by Tipperary, but can they yet get through to the final? Paul Cooney. It comes out here too, Michael Coleman. Twice he missed it. Bobby Ryan comes in. Pádraig Kelly, neat but unable to take it up. It's Aidan Ryan once again. Partially blocked by Murty Killalay. Goes anywhere. Near the sideline, Pat Fox shouldering Jerry McInerney. Jerry Mack as he's known. Trying to take it out, supported by Pat Malone. Not a very good pass. It's a nervous finish to this game. Pádraig Kelly running into John Lahey, picked up by Nicky English, looking at the target, it's over! Nicky English with his first point of the match. 4 points the difference. Rabbit rising up for it, claiming it. Knocked in, 2 men in the attack. Michael Ryan back there for Tipperary. Joe Cooney has it, and Joe Cooney has pointed. There are 5 between them. Cross, still going forward. Again, we have to say they need that goal. Anthony Cross, he's put it over the bar. 4 points between the teams. Struck forward by Liam Burke. Saved from going wide there by Joe Cooney. Fed back to Joe McGrath. Turning into Michael O'Mara. Cooney again. The umpires consider it. The hand raised in the arm. It's a Galway point, and there are 5 between them. Father Ricky Clark, he missed an All-Ireland final. Was it 1980? I'm not quite sure. But he missed being part of a Galway success story, but he's relishing this. They all are. And that's Liam Burke with a second point. Towards Aidan Ryan. Really going around the scenic route towards the Galway goal. It was Murty Killalay who nipped in. Galway in defence have been quite superb. That last point notwithstanding by Aidan Ryan. John Lahey hasn't scored so far. Well, he's got one now. 4 points between them. Players calling for it. One of them is Joe McGrath. Back to Joe Cooney. Bobby Ryan not having any of it, but it's the other Joe Rabbit, coming stylishly forward to take another point. Runs through the cover towards Nicky English. Can he get a goal yet? On to Aidan Ryan. Oh, it strikes the post, and it's a goal! Fox the scorer.
So you can see Nicky English gets a hand pass aside to Aidan Ryan, and good shot by Aidan Ryan, but hits the butt of the post, and Pat Fox, right place, great finish.
It's all over! The referee played nearly 8 minutes of injury time, but it's going to be Kilkenny who will play Galway in the 1993 All-Ireland Hurling Final. Shades of 1987 once again. Galway deserved to win. They played with determination and won in the end by a mere 2 points. It's 116 to 114.
We didn't play as we played in the Munster Final. We got off to a good start in the match, but small little things like Declan Ryan getting injured, they were big things in the finish for us. Had a big bearing on the game, you know. And then Ken Hogan, when he was unlucky with the ball that came in, it just dropped into the net off his chest. Little things like that.
But going out in any game of that at that level, you have to be keyed up, or you could be taken apart. And looking at the game as the game went on, the first 10 minutes, it was Tip were really in control, and it was only the goal by Michael McGrath that brought us back into it again, and we didn't look back after that.
And looking at the way Galway hurled, it was you were nearly nervous leaving Croke Park, thinking about it really, because it did hurl very, very well.
Kilkenny's performance in the semi-final fully justified their tag as pre-championship favourites. They proved far too superior in almost every aspect of the game for Antrim, the Ulster champions. But what about Galway? Not a single provincial game behind them, yet they were good enough to beat Tipperary, who'd come through a difficult Munster campaign. The question was, would the men from the West maintain their momentum sufficiently to dethrone the Cats from Kilkenny? That question was answered in emphatic fashion here at Croke Park on Sunday, the 5th of September.
Of the arcane youngsters and the more senior musicians. It's a wonderful, colourful spectacle. Kilkenny going for title number 25, Galway going for a 5th title. And this Kilkenny's lineup this afternoon, as we say, they are able to call on Pat O'Dwyer once again at full-back. Willie O'Connor with a cracked right finger in his right hand. He's a doubt, but he plays at number 7. A reminder of Galway, Pat Malone passing the fitness test this morning in his injured hamstring, so he teams up there with Michael Coleman at midfield. The referee is Terence Murray from Limerick. As in the semi-final, Galway play in towards the goal on our left, the railway end of the first half, hoping that history will repeat itself, no doubt. And straight away a tangle at midfield as they play away. Michael Coleman there, and Michael Phelan getting in a tangle. Well, play continues. Handshakes all around between the two lads, and the ball goes out over the sideline. Now Keown firing it through the centre again. DJ Carey has it. He'll be a major threat. Took a heavy knock, but he's back on his feet once again. Adrian Ronan. DJ's gone on his way inside. Nobody's followed him. It's inside Jordan McCarthy. Breakdown towards DJ Carey. Flipped it back that time towards Morrissey. Looking for the first score. He's coming over the bar. Eamon Morrissey putting it over the bar. Only 2 minutes gone. Michael Coleman breaking it down. Willie O'Connor there busy. John Carr trying to win his battle there with Jerry McInerney, supported by Bill Hennessy. Players calling for it all around him. Bill on his way through. John Carr supporting. Out towards Morrissy. Runs on his head to Liam McCarthy. Tight end wins over the bar. It's Liam McCarthy who scores it, and Kilkenny are back in front again. Liam Keown trying to turn back towards Malone for Galway, selling the dummy, providing the shot inside, and they are level. That's a great point by Pat Malone, the man who was a genuine doubt this morning. It's a nervous time for the younger players in particular, as Pat Malone chances his luck again, and he's got another! Pat Malone from distance, firing over a second tremendous point, and Galway go in front. And again it's Pat O'Neill. Huge delivery inside, and it runs on there to PJ Delaney. Two Galway players went for the one ball, and it's a great save by Richie Burke, and Ronan finishes it to the back of the net. A goal by Adrian Ronan. Only 9 minutes gone. He makes the habit of getting good scores.
Well, good play by PJ Delaney here, but he'd be very relieved that Adrian Ronan was following in here, because goalkeeper makes a good save here, but just knocks it out to Adrian Ronan, who's following in, and a great corner forwards goal there, following in the play.
It was interesting there, Jimmy. There were two backs who went for the one ball.
That's right, Jared, with the likes of the Kilkenny forwards, you just can't afford to do that.
So Kilkenny go in front. Michael Coleman waiting for that ball to come to him. Not so Liam Keown, but his delivery is poor. Tom Halliburton stroke blocked down by DJ Carey. Onto PJ Delaney, between the PJs and the DJs, and it'll be confusing. Outside to Liam McCarthy to score here surely, and he takes it. A second point for Liam McCarthy. They're turning on the style all of a sudden. Liam Keown. Bill Hennessy caught by Pat Malone. Not getting great length into it, and that's easy for Michael Phelan, and then has the presence of mind to pick out Adrian Ronan, who turns around and swings the stutter over the bar. In classic style, Adrian Ronan with a goal and 2 points out of a goal and 5 so far. One Galway goal could change the complexion of this fixture quite considerably. Pat Dwyer still doing well at full back, despite of all the doubts beforehand. Michael Coleman up there in the forward line, as we told you. There's Dwyer. I don't know if he went to Old Trafford or to Lourdes in the last week or two, but it's working well. That's Liam McCarthy. That's great block down there by Corey Kelly. Jerry McInerney coming out from centre half back, linking up with Liam Burke. Burke on his left hand side. Joe Cooney, there's a mistake, and it's a goal! It's a goal for Galway! The goal they needed. It came from a defensive error, an uncharacteristic mistake by Michael Welch, and Liam Burke is the goal scorer after 23 minutes.
Well, this is just a break that Galway needed, because they've been struggling quite a lot, and Liam Burke here doesn't hit the ball very well, and is chopping in front of Michael Welch, and just like in the All-Ireland semi-final against Tipperary, a great break for Galway.
Ball won by Liam Simpson. Adrian Ronan to flick it forward. Half blocked down by Liam Burke, the goal scorer. Nicely inside. Joe Cooney waiting for it. Yet to make a major contribution in this match. The hand pass inside to Michael Coleman. There's a player loose outside him. If he can get it inside, it's a penalty. Galway get a penalty. Michael Coleman taken down inside the large rectangle. 26 minutes gone in the first half. Galway behind by 2, and that's stopped on the line, and Liam Simpson gets it away. In retrospect, they'll now wonder whether they should have gone for the point and narrowed the gap to the bare minimum. So Pádraig Kelly to take this 65. Lobbing it in. Joe Rabbit rising up for it. Comes out instead to Willie O'Connor. O'Connor trying to get Liam Simpson on his way, conceding the penalty and then making the save on the line. That's a good delivery into the forwards. Running back there is Paul Cooney. It breaks out to Eamon Morrissey. Murty Killalay putting in the challenge. Wrestled Morrissey, allowed an advantage, and Kilkenny got another point. They stretched the lead to 3 points once again. Morrissey's second score. Blocked down by Michael Phelan, picked up by Pat Malone, looking for another score, and he's got the accuracy once again. Dissecting the post there for his 3rd point of the afternoon. That's a wonderful contribution by the midfield player. 3 from 3. John Parr making the fetch this time, but he's lost it to Jerry McInerney. And the referee says it's going to be a free out. Corey Kelly, the free taker. And towards Brendan Coe. Catching it nicely, trying to turn now, and he's been fouled. It'll be a free into Galway. The foul was by Liam Simpson. On my watch, about 5 seconds or so of normal time at the end of this first half, together with whatever injury time Terence Murray will add on. So Joe Cooney, there's 3 points between the teams. Joe's content on this occasion to tap over the 20-metre free. His second point of the game. So 2 points the difference. Kilkenny will have the wind at their backs for the second 35 minutes. Whether it's as significant a factor as it appeared at the start of the match, only time will tell. That's the half-time whistle. Adrian Ronan got a goal after 9 minutes for Kilkenny. Liam Burke replied for Galway after 23 minutes. A mistake by Michael Welch in the Kilkenny goal. It's very much all to play for in this 105th All-Ireland Hurling Final. The half-time position reading Kilkenny 1-8, Galway 1-6. Match underway straight away. Interesting stat from the first half. There were only 10 frees in all, in spite of the fact that it was a tough first half, and there were 6 of them to Galway, 4 to Kilkenny. The margin at the moment, a mere 2 points. Kilkenny the leaders. Brendan Keogh then for a revamped Galway side, showing many switches in attack once again. Liam Burke trying to take the ball up into his stick, kept away by Liam Simpson. Goes back there to Joe McGrath, picking up with his brother Michael. O'Connor on the dropping ball in the sunshine at Croke Park, out to Liam Keogh, his wing back. Drilling the ball to the centre towards PJ Delaney. Delaney turning at the target, firing in the shot and putting it over the bar. Looking rapier sharp early on with his second point of the game. So 3 between them. We're noticing the wind factor at half-time with the flags. The Artane Boys band, as that's picked up there by Michael Phelan. The wind very definitely supporting the Cats in the second half. Kilkenny looking for more scores. Jerry McInerney leaves it behind, and that's driven over the bar by PJ Delaney. PJ Delaney, the scorer.
Fairness, I think Michael Phelan actually picked the ball off the ground for that ball, and Galway a bit unlucky there.
They got away with it. It's back with the action. Michael Coleman being challenged by John Power back there, and coming away for it is Joe McGrath. McGrath trying to turn in for the score. Again, it comes off the chest of Michael Welch. Liam Simpson now making the clearance, only out as far as Liam Burke. Cross towards Michael Hopper McGrath. Let's get a score here, and he does. First point of the match for Michael McGrath. 2 points the difference. The flags flying proudly up on Hill 16. John Power has been switched by Kilkenny. He's right half forward right now. Liam Welch coming into the centre. Liam McCarthy, I should say. McCarthy outside here to Adrian Ronan. Ronan on his way once again. Stopped there by Paul Cooney. Bill Hennessy picking it up. On his left-hand side, looking for the score, and Bill Hennessy drives it over the bar. A score by Bill Hennessy, extending Kilkenny's lead to 3 points in the 6th minute of the second half.
Again, Kilkenny have switched DJ Carey back out to the half forward. I know Gerard said he'd like to see him getting more involved in the game and get a few scores as well.
He wasn't that particularly prominent in the first half, had some good moments. Michael McGrath likewise, playing it inside towards the tall Joe Rabbit, looking at the posts. Getting the score. First by Joe Rabbit. Again, the margin, 2 points. They go point for point at either end. Pádraig Kelly, what a game he's playing, coming out, winning possession against his latest opponent, John Power. Joe Rabbit at the end of this one, picking it up low, trying to go by Liam Simpson, looking for the score, and he makes it. There's only 1 point between the teams. Rabbit has suddenly come to life. A second point by Joe Rabbit. A title now which can go either way. The next 10 minutes certainly look as if they will be critical ones. Helibert, this tightly balanced All-Ireland hurling final. Brendan Keogh taking possession, looking for the equalising score, played inside, it's Eddie O'Connor is there first. Mistakes been made, but it's as you'd expect in finals. That's Liam Burke, making a great save, was Michael Welsh, making amends as well, and Pat O'Neill lifts the siege. Defence is turned into attack, but only momentarily, as Jerry McInerney is there on the centre-half back position for Galway. Not a good clearance, it reaches Bill Hennessy on his left-hand side, firing it in there. A great catch and a fine clearance by the full-back Sean Tracy. Justin Campbell once again. Stick is broken, Willie O'Connor getting a half block on that one. Liam Simpson turning on his right-hand side, down towards Michael Phelan. Cooney going in there. Just doing enough to keep it away from the Kilkenny men. On towards Michael McGrath. Again a good ball played inside there. Rabbit trying to get at the end of it to trouble the fullback. Joe Rabbit angling for the shot, and they're level. A succession of points by Joe Rabbit means that they're level for the third time in the match. 14 points apiece, 111 to 111. Broken down by Brendan Keogh, picked up by Michael Coleman. Shouldered by Simpson, runs outside to Justin Campbell. Can't go Willie O'Connor. There's a man loose inside. And the save is made by Michael Welsh. Another good save from Liam Burke.
So the Galway forward is certainly getting the openings now. Kilkenny are going to have to tighten up, or Kilkenny are going to have to tighten up in defence certainly, because Galway are growing confidence all over the field.
And that's gone over the bar. Joe Cooney puts Galway in front. Galway in front by 112 to 111. Joe Cooney's fourth point of the match. Pat O'Neill. Again it's Joe Cooney challenging, or rather it's Helibert who's challenging, and it's McCarthy's on his way. And looking for the equaliser, and he gets it. Liam McCarthy with a third point, winning the challenge against Tom Helibert. Joe Cooney struggling to get onto it. Justin Campbell there against Willie O'Connor. Instead it's Michael Phelan, goes back, followed it all the way, made it his. Down towards Adrian Ronan. Paul Cooney trying to get it out. This is John Parr. John Parr 45 metres out, and that's a lovely score. A first point by John Parr. They've turned it around in the last minute or so. Two unanswered scores. They're in jubilant form there at the canal end. DJ the one who's in there contesting. And again it's Galway who take it back. Tom Helibert linking up with Rabbit now at midfield. Can Rabbit get another score? The answer is yes, and they're tied up yet again. Joe Rabbit's fourth point. They're level for the fifth time in the match. Is there to be a winner from this fixture today? Again it's a super catch there by Joe Rabbit. But then Joe Rabbit committing the foul on the ball, and it's going to be a free to Kilkenny. Sides level. He's got 1 point so far. Can he direct this one? He can. He's put it over the bar. Second point. That could be a critical score to restore Kilkenny's confidence and determination. Eddie O'Connor letting the ball run away to Michael Phelan. Pádraig Kelly dashing in there, looking for a score, and he's put it over, and they're level yet again. It would be very hard luck at this stage if either of these teams was to lose it. She's saying a little novena, I think, that Pádraig Kelly can keep it going. Willie O'Connor kicks it away, only as far as Liam McCarthy against Tom Helibert. Helibert doing well. Nice wrist action near the sideline, won by Michael Phelan. An important intervention there. John Parr carries it forward. Jerry McInerney deemed to have tripped him. Jerry protesting his innocence, saying it was just a tangle of feet. Morrissey's been replaced. Jamesy Brennan, now the shiner, is in. DJ's through the ticker. Sides level at 114 against 114. That's on its way. Kilkenny are in front again. DJ with 3 frees now, all of them pointed. Critical scores to delight the Kilkenny fans. Leinster and defending All-Ireland champions. A draw would probably be a fair result. Adrian Ronan running on for it. against Paul Cooney, getting in his shot nonetheless. Ball in towards PJ Delaney to finish off this tie. He's done it! PJ Delaney gets the goal with just under 3 minutes left.
Well, again, Adrian Ronan does very well here, under pressure from the Galway defence, knocks in a very high ball. PJ Delaney sees it going in over the defender's head, gets in right behind him, and beats the advancing goalkeeper. One-handed knocks in, a tremendous goal by PJ Delaney.
Meanwhile, we'll follow the action, and it's Michael McGrath turning on his right-hand side, and he's put it over the bar. McGrath with a second point. Well, 3 points the margin. It was tight for so long and went way up into the atmosphere, came down towards Bill Hennessy. Cross towards Adrian Ronan, runs on instead to DJ Carey. Trying to open up the play. PJ Delaney had spotted away on the far side. That's good, does well to go by Martin Delaney. And he's fired it over. Did we say that Kilkenny were in a tight situation a few minutes ago? Well, they've really come back very convincingly to lead by 4 points, and the match is in injury time. Kilkenny looking for title number 25. McCarthy has it. It runs on to Dita Carey, 20 metres out, and that's another. All of a sudden, it's all Kilkenny. And all of a sudden, the title has gone back to the Leinster champions. Broken down. Liam Simpson, Joe Cooney trying to get the last shot in. Go for a goal perhaps. Liam Burke onto it, but flicked away very intelligently by Pat Dwyer, showing great skill. The final piece of action. It's all over. Kilkenny retain the title. And Liam Keown wants to hold on to the ball as his little souvenir. Well, what a tie it turned out to be. Galway giving it everything. Kilkenny coming back magnificently. And with 3 minutes or a little under to go, PJ Delaney got the all-important second goal for Kilkenny. And at the end, it finishes with 5 between them. Kilkenny 2 goals and 17. Galway 1-15. This is one day that Liam McCarthy and Eddie O'Connor and the rest will always remember. We had score for score in an epic second half there. Certainly something that they'll always remember.
I'd like first of all to welcome all the people of Ireland present here in Croke Park and those watching on television to this great All-Ireland Hurling Final, which was a credit to the game and to the two teams which competed. Nobody deserved to lose today, but Kilkenny, because of the way in which they took their chances, deserved to win. Go